Namaste and welcome back. We have an interesting topic today, and it's about overcoming procrastination. And I'm pretty sure that we've all been in that stage at some point in our journey, and we've been, using various techniques and tools to get ourselves ahead of the curve and get ourselves ahead of these challenges that procrastination puts on us, right? So procrastination, again, it can be very challenging. However, with commitment and effective strategies, we can overcome procrastination with ease. And that's what we're going to talk about here. So we're going to talk about 5 elements that can be used in your everyday life to, overcome these challenges that procrastination puts on us. So let's straight away jump into these 5 that we're going to talk about. So the first one is to set clear goals and to prioritize your tasks. So always, break it down. So remember that, you're not going to reach the peak of the mountain with your very first step at the foothill of the mountain, right? It's a journey. It's a journey that you need to travel. You need to take those steps to, move forward. So that essentially means you need to break down your goals and your milestones that you want to achieve. So try to break that down and have your higher level goal, that is to reach the peak of the mountain, for example, and what is it that you need to do from day one to reach that end state or that key critical success milestone that you call it as. So setting clear goals and milestones, break it down. Okay, so break down your goals to something that is more feasible, more achievable, and start progressing towards that. Then the second thing is setting a structured schedule. Now, just setting the goals and those prioritized tasks is not sufficient, right? You need to know by when and how you want to achieve them. So what are you going to do day 1, week 1, month 2, year 1, year 2, depending on how long is this project or initiative that you're kicking off. You need to kind of break it down in a meaningful way that you have a timeline being tagged against it, which is again a timeline that is able to establish a structure for you, which is going to give you a routine. It is going to give you a platform to enable certain habits that are going to come in as part of it. So that's going to help you to allocate specific time slots and stick to your schedule as much as you can, so you know how things are progressing as against those milestones and those specific schedules and time slots that you've allocated for them. Now the third thing is use time management techniques. So this is again a very, very important piece that we all should always be mindful of, especially in this current world where everything is so rapid. We just find it so hard to believe that having 24 hours in a day is just not enough. It's like you're busy and you're just running all the time, right? So what's really happening is the component of time management, right? So if we don't effectively manage our time and utilize the potential of it with proper consciousness, it's just going to go. The clock is just going to keep running. You're going to have your sunsets, you're going to have your sunrises, you're going to have your days and weeks and months coming and going, but progression is going to be very limited, right? So time is very critical. So have a technique to block times. You can even have like a 2-minute rule to enhance productivity and minimize procrastination. So build those kind of rules and characteristics within your overall schedule and your timetable as well. Now, third thing, or rather the fourth thing, is to identify and address procrastination triggers. Now there's going to be situations where you're going to have that sense of it's not going well, or I don't think that I'm doing it the right way, or you have that sense of what happens if it fails, what happens if I'm not successful, or those fears, those hesitations. Now it's quite natural for us to have those things coming in as we keep progressing. We are not really certain, we are not fully sure if we're going to achieve it, if it's going to be successful, or if people are going to be looking at me like things like, oh, you just a crazy guy, doing something there, and yeah, believe me, it's not going to work out. So it's easy for us to get sucked into that environment and that energy frequency. So be mindful of it. When you get those kind of feelings, when you get those senses that are coming around you, take a pause and make sure that you identify these triggers, and once those triggers comes in, develop strategies to address them. So what if it fails? So what? I mean, you've heard it before as well, right? Failure is the first step to move ahead. So it's with failure that comes the positive aspect of success, right? So we fail, we learn. We fail, we learn. We learn, we succeed, we move forward. That's how it is. So if you fall, you get up and you walk, right? So accept failure. Take it in a positive stride. It's that feel of, yes, it's okay. Never mind. We'll do it again. This time, I'm going to make sure that I don't make that mistake again. Perfect. That's the way you trigger those fears of failures into the aspect of positive growth and that encouragement and compassion that you're going to bring in within yourself to enhance your energy frequency towards progression. And the fifth one, which is the last one, is about practicing self-compassion and rewarding yourself. So always remember that you need to be kind to yourself and recognize that overcoming procrastination itself is a process. It takes time, it takes effort, but you got to celebrate those little small successes that you have as well, that is happening for you in the course of the journey. So yes, the last milestone or the success milestone is the target. That is the end goal that you want to achieve, or that is the main big goal that you want to achieve. But bear in mind, there are multiple goals that are taking you towards that state where you're finally going to achieve that final accomplishment of whatever that project or task is, right? So that journey, you need to enjoy that journey. You need to be a part of that journey and convince yourself to be conscious enough to appreciate everything that's happening around you to help you move forward towards that journey. So celebrate, those little milestone successes that you're, kind of achieving. Make sure you acknowledge them and bring them together and recognize them, award them. If you want to, let's say you want to do a little celebration for you by having a little holiday or a little time away for things that you love doing the most, and do it. If you feel that, okay, I got to take a day off and just head out to the beach and do a nice lovely walk over the sand while that lovely wave is going to come in and hit my feet with that chill water, do it. And those are moments of soaking it in, right? So that's what you need as well, over and above putting these strategic pillars that you want to use as techniques to overcome procrastination. Always remember to be kind to yourself. Don't push yourself too hard and get yourself into that stressed out zone. Yeah, so limit your thought processes into that and have that it's okay moment, have that element of accepting fears of failure, accepting failures as well, and then switching them into the element of positivity and commitment and the determination to grow. So with that, I'm going to sign off now. So thank you again for tuning in for this lovely insight of how we can avoid procrastination with these 5 strategic techniques that we can use in our daily life. Thanks again for listening in, and as I mentioned before as well, don't forget to hit the bell icon and the subscribe button, and do put in your comments. We're more than happy to look into your comments and share and collectively grow in this community within Figure Out a Bill. Again, if you have other topics that you want us to talk about, you want us to bring in here for collective growth, please do put them in your comments as well. We will be more than excited to bring in those topics for all of us to collectively grow, making a life rather than just living a life. Thank you again. Namaste.